Alright everybody, grab some coffee, pull up a chair, and sit down. It's been a while, so listen up. This is the big one. While you've been out in the field keeping the streets of Los Sueños safe, we've been hearing from some of you that the training your SWAT companions have had isn't exactly up to snuff. So we've been more than proactive with a solution in the meantime. Back at the station, some of the best and brightest have given us ample insight to bring you the most remarkable tactical maneuvering this city, or any city, has ever seen. I want to welcome you to the next generation of SWAT unit, starting right here at the LSPD. It all starts from the top, moving from point A to B. Movement has been overhauled to give you full control over how your team maneuvers through each level. The Fall-In command now allows you to choose how each member is grouped together, whether it's single file, double file, in a diamond, or in a wedge formation. You can decide on the fly what formation you want.
On me, move.
Within these groupings, threats at any angle are accounted for, based on what you've chosen. Proper order detection is in place as well, so formation is maintained at all times, regardless of where you are. Even if you're moving towards them, or aiming in their general direction, your team detects this and repositions accordingly. Stairs and ramps might slow you down, but everyone is fully aware of the risks at the top and bottom, and will act as such, keeping their weapons trained where they need to be. Incapacitated suspects and civilians will need plenty of room for medical, so your team will no longer trample over them. In fact, great care has been taken across all levels to ensure that no one will be stepping where they shouldn't be, environmental objects included. Gone are the days of hanging out in the fatal funnel. Your team will promptly reposition if caught within that threshold and move to the safest position possible. Now, it's great being able to command an element, but what about an individual? We've also now opened up opportunities for more granular individual control, per member. You tell them where to move or focus, who they swap positions with during a team activity, or whether or not they search a room on their own.
Start a search.
It's completely up to you. The stack-up is one of the most effective tools in the SWAT tactics arsenal. And getting this right is the bread and butter of the Ready or Not experience. Stack-up point placement has been significantly improved, meaning that only the safest stack-up points are considered. Certain room layouts allow for certain stacks, while others prevent them, like corner-fed doors. But that being said, there are situations where an unsafe stack is necessary, like a tight hallway, as it's the only option available. Your team can stack all left,
Post up on the left.
That's affirmative.
or all right,
Post up on the right.
Got it.
or split,
Split the stack on this door.
In position.
and shift around if need be for better positioning.
Doing it.
Delta has your back when possible, so you can stay focused on clearing what's in front of you. If at any point you want to fall into the stack, just move in, and the element will adjust around you. If you want to order a more veteran team member to the front,
Positions.
and move the new guy to the back, you can do that too. If no stack is specified, the most naturally safe side per member
Provide cover.
will be the side they stack on, without crossing that fatal funnel threshold in the process. This new system has been rigorously tested on all levels to ensure stability and consistency. Right after a stack typically comes the next step of bringing order to chaos, breaching and clearing,
Quiet.
both which have received a significant logic overhaul. For breaching, you've got some new commands at your disposal: ram,
Ram it, flash and clear.
launcher,
Open and launch a grenade through the door.
and leader.
On me, kick and clear.
For the uninitiated, let's go over each type. With the ram command, an officer will move with a battering ram to ram the door, and once breached, immediately swap with the officer behind him for cover. With the launcher command, an officer will move just outside of their position and lean to fire their launcher within the center of the target room while staying out of that fatal funnel in the process. The leader command is unique in that you'll be the icebreaker to initiate that first action when breaching. SWAT will follow after. Leader throwing is initiated by tossing a throwable or launching a 40mm into a room. Or yourself, if you're feeling frisky.
Go, go, go!
Leader breaching is anything that gets that door open, either by kicking or just by plain opening it. If your team is breaching with throwables, it's much safer now. The target door remains covered, while an officer further up the stack handles the throw. They'll be leaning a lot more now, covering as much area as they can. Now that your team's gone through more rigorous clearing training, they'll be faster and smoother than ever before. SWAT now have a comprehensive understanding of rooms as they navigate maps, meaning improved navigation and no more overextending into other rooms. They'll follow the left-right principle, using the button hook or flow-in maneuvers where applicable. For a single stack on a doorway, for example, the first man will button hook, as it's a lot faster for the second man to flow in acting as cover. Split stacks will always use the flow-in maneuver since it's faster than button hook in this scenario. Corner-fed doors don't allow for button hooking, so SWAT will naturally flow in first. SWAT have also received muzzle discipline training. As each one breaches through the threshold, officers will lower their weapon so they don't flag their teammates in the process. Just like the real thing, they'll be sticking to walls for optimal cover and positioning. No more playing musical chairs in the middle of a room. As they proceed, they'll make call-outs on openings while looking out for threats. Officers that have the appropriate trait will be able to check hiding spots to confirm without a shadow of a doubt that a room is secured, all while leaning for a better view of their immediate surroundings. We've now introduced threshold scanning. Your fellow officers will center check or pie the door before entry. During that pie maneuver, the team will collapse the stack closer to the door as the pie continues. Threshold scanning is skipped altogether if a throwable is used, since anyone in the room is going to be disoriented. If a target happens to be within this threshold, your team will wait for compliance before moving in. Alternatively, if a suspect is blocking their clearing path, they'll wait for the threat to be clear to proceed. Officers equipped with shields always go first and remain in front of the formation as the first man in to provide maximum protection. Things could get a bit crowded before, so now some officers will stay back and keep watch over the smaller rooms while the rest enter and clear. We'll touch on autonomy in a moment, but your team will breach and clear into smaller, simpler connected rooms automatically. This maintains a good flow while clearing. Don't worry, for larger spaces, they'll still stand by for your order. There's also been focus on the finer details, as well as improving existing behaviors to provide more depth to your experience while out on a call.
Got multiple openings here.
Threat awareness training has been provided, so all threats are appropriately accounted for, and not just the ones on the walls. An open door is considered more of a threat than a closed one, so in this situation, the open door is weighted more heavily as dangerous. During combat, conserving ammunition and accuracy is important, and your team knows that. They'll be able to select semi-auto fire with these things in mind. In the event that they do run out of ammo, they'll switch to their sidearm, because as the old mantra goes, switching to your sidearm is faster than reloading. After all relevant threats are dealt with, they'll switch back to their primary. Specific orders for deploying less lethals are now available. You can have them tase, pepper, beanbag, or melee non-compliant individuals. You'll be able to tell your team to secure a room, or at the end of a mission, have them secure the entire level.
Search and secure.
Killing passive individuals or your fellow SWAT intentionally? That's not gonna fly. While they'll give you a glance and a warning if you shoot them, further intentional shooting will be met with force to prevent further loss of life. For more immersive player-to-player communication with or without a mic, you'll also now be able to issue orders to your online teammates using the built-in command menu. You aren't controlling a team of robots, so giving the team a stronger sense of independence was an important next step. Your element will now feel more intelligent and proficient than ever. They'll be able to collect evidence, as well as report and secure suspects and civilians, all on their own and all within earshot of you, so they don't wander too far. If you become incapacitated during a mission, the next in command will take over as lead, and you'll be able to monitor their progress through our improved team cam. All the tactics they use during missions, leaning, prying doors, breaches, all of those will be on full display until the mission is complete. Now keep in mind, even if they complete all objectives, this won't be considered a mission success. Now, just because we're talking tactical here, doesn't mean everyone's getting their personalities from those 90s training videos. With 12 distinct new voices for your SWAT team alone, and over 18,000 lines of dialogue, they'll be livelier than ever. Quiet and loud variations, new callouts, more emotion. As you're moving through the many locales of Los Sueños, they might have some choice words for what they see, both good and bad.
So weird seeing these old school diners. My parents used to take me to one all the time. Nothing like a cheeseburger from a diner.
Thick motherfucker.
Is this supposed to be me?
You hear all this talk of trailers but never see them.
Notifying trailers.
Well, now, once a mission is complete, trailers are going to do a sweep of the area and begin bagging evidence, as well as move arrested suspects and civilians back to the Bearcat. They'll stay out of your way and won't have a significant impact on your mission. For the adventurous team leads out there who go beyond what Los Sueños has to offer, all of the SWAT features mentioned will work on user-created maps as well. When you fire up a custom level, we generate all required data the first time, so subsequent playthroughs won't require as much of a wait. We know it's taken some time, we know you've been waiting, but now you know why the wait was worth it. Falling in, stacking up, breaching, clearing, smart autonomy, human emotion. Your new SWAT element is going to be faster and more intelligent than ever, and all of that is at your fingertips. The next order? That's entirely up to you.
Kick it down, bang the room. Affirmative.
Huge shout out to our senior advisor for the incredible tactical insight. And one last thing. Word around the station is that some of you are looking to bring your campaign squad into callouts with friends. While bringing SWAT AI into the Ready or Not co-op experience currently isn't planned, we're looking to explore it as a possibility for the future. Alright folks, this one's a wrap. Put them on safe and let them hang. We'll see you back at the station soon.